All right, so Tuesday, that's what's up. I mean, here we are going at it again. Anyways, this RT10 is not really underrated. It's more like not talked about enough because again, it's a Viper but cheaper with the bed, and you know the V10 under the hood. It's not necessarily a V8. It's not that American, but it's just as American as any other V8, if not even more. The V10 under that hood is insane. But why are we talking about it today? What is it important? Why did it even happen? And how much can you push this thing reasonably, so yeah, let's get to the video. 2004 was a very special time. Again, I was born that year, so it was really, really special to me. And Dodge released the first SRT10 truck, which I guess that's kind of important to the video too, so we're gonna talk about it for a second. But it released the first SRT truck, and it quickly declared that it was the king on the street. It was unbeatable. I mean, I don't know if you have seen an SRT10 in real life, but they just look and they sound. It's just insane that even came out in 2004. That is crazy. It's a crazy truck. Well, the single cab was at least the crazy one because the crew cab was kind of a joke. We don't talk about that one. I mean, we'll talk about it for a second because it's kind of important for you to not buy that one. But it's a joke. It's a big joke. But and again, this truck was so insane that it was a second behind a 0 to 60 to the SVT Cobra, a fucking Cobra, a car, a car, the Cobra, not just any Cobra, the Terminator. It was 1 second slower than the Terminator. A truck, a big ass heavy fucking truck. And not only that, it was 2 seconds from 0 to 60 slower than a GTR R34. It was a 2 year difference between they came out, so I guess you could say that 2 years, whatever. But dude, that is such an insane amount of speed. Because you think of a GTR, you're like, wow, those are quick cars. Again, maybe stock, maybe they're not the fastest things in the world, but they're not the slowest thing in the world either. Especially at that time, they were pretty quick, they were pretty good, all-wheel drive. And then here comes this truck, big American V10, and he's just 2 seconds behind it. Like, no, not 10 seconds. 0.2 seconds. Sorry about the Cobra 2, 0.1 second. But it was right there. It was right next to it. And it was an insane truck. It's an insane car, much more of a truck. It was unbelievable what this truck was capable of doing. But then, 2 years later, 2006 came around, and the truck died. Yeah, it turns out that the Viper was getting a new engine, so we were going to have to do some extensive manufacturing to get the new engine to fit in it, and it was not going to be good. Also, the transmission that was the four-speed automatic transmission that was in it, it was complete garbage. Oh yeah, four-speed transmission was a piece of shit, unbelievable garbage. I don't know who the fuck thought it was gonna be a good idea to put that in the truck, but I'm pretty sure that was the only thing that had around, so they were like, why not? Let's do it. Because again, the people that made this truck knew it was not gonna be a unit that was gonna be selling like crazy. They just knew they wanted to do the truck because they wanted to. They thought it was gonna be funny, cool, whatever the fuck, and they did it. And they had some constraints. I'm guessing, but again, they run it for 2 years. The four speed was absolute ass. The 6 speed was pretty good, single cab, but the four speed crew cab was absolute fucking garbage. And again, it didn't sell that hot, so there was no reason for them to go back and rebuild the whole thing again because it wasn't selling, it was making any money. So they were like, well, cut it. 2 years, dead, gone, never to be fucking seen again. Maybe. Now this truck nowadays is pretty damn good, but back then it was, again, like I said, it was fucking unbelievable. No, I don't know who thought it was gonna be a great idea, but it was. It was an amazing idea. But again, it was just such a crazy idea to even happen in the first place. And I forgot what my next line is. Again, back then it was just as good gets, except for the Viper engine problems, but we don't talk about those because narrative. And again, because of this 2 years short sale, seeing a truck of this out in nature is just like seeing Gucci on sale. Fake as fuck. Now I'm playing. Kind of. But for real, this truck is an absolute gem. And if you see one out in nature, it's definitely worth to look back at least twice because you're probably not going to see this truck ever again in your life. You might be able to, but there's such rare examples. And again, with age and modding and everything like that, you might never see them out again. So it might be worth to take a picture, maybe two, run up to it. You're probably not going to catch up, but still, they're worth looking at least twice. So tuning, the great part. The part that we all love, because we all do that. Again, if you're buying a Viper truck, first of all, it takes a special person to buy a Viper truck. And if you're gonna buy a Viper truck, you might as well modify it. Like, why the fuck you gonna keep it stock? That's just boring. So to anyone who's gonna do that, the stock internals, from what I saw, about 650 to 700 horsepower at the wheels. So that's a pretty good figure. But the block itself is capable of pushing up to 1,000 horsepower. Again, at that point, you got to upgrade a bunch of different things. I'm not very familiar with the Viper family, so I can tell you what you got to do and what you don't. But a Viper stock block holds 1,000 horsepower, so we're already getting somewhere. Also, while I was doing research for this truck, I also saw about people building this truck and having some problems with oil gallery gaskets kind of blowing off and oil issues. So it's basically a VQ engine. So I guess I am familiar with the Viper engine because I have one right over there. Just missing four cylinders, not making. It's kind of right behind it. No, I don't know. It's kind of okay, but it's not that bad, but it's not that good either. So yeah. But no, yeah. On some real shit again. Just if anyone is looking out to build one of these, don't blame me if you blow your shit up because again I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just talking out my ass, you know how this thing goes. But again, yeah, make sure you check on your oil pressure, make sure everything is all good on the oil. You're not starving any engine. You're not starving your engine from oil because that would be pretty damn bad. You're gonna blow it up. Trust me. So again, I am not responsible for any blown engines unless it's blown with the whipple. Then I take 100% of that credit idea. So yeah. And again, if you get a 6 speed, you basically got nothing to worry about. Those transmissions are built crazy good. But if you get a 4 speed, don't even try shit. You're gonna break your fucking end. You're gonna break the transmission without doing any modifications to it. So at that point, you might as well just go find a better 4 speed or whatever can fit on there, because it's just not gonna be fun. And again, the 6 speed was put in basically any performance car at that time. The SVT, the Camaro, the Viper, the Vantage. I don't know what I'm saying, but the Aston Martin, the Vantage, DB7, whatever the fuck it is, DB7. I think it's a DB7. I'm calling it DB7. The DB7. It was basically on that, and it was pretty good. And it was basically that good. So needless to say, this transmission is still kicking around like granny. But now, like your granny, I gotta call it a day and kind of die right here. So, any feedback on this video, maybe positive, negative, probably negative, is well appreciated. I'm trying to grow my channel, do the best I can. But if you did enjoy the video, it would truly mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe. It really means a lot. If you could leave it the comment down below. Again, feedback is we're appreciated. As well, if you could share this on any forum that you're part of, maybe this be through Facebook, Instagram, Pornhub, whatever it is. I don't discriminate. Any viewership and advice is well taken here. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, and rest of the year. And I hope you had a great time again. So yeah, uh, have a great rest of your night. Because probably going to upload this later tonight. And I'll see you back tomorrow. But yeah, peace.